Hello, I'm Jay Jackson. Welcome to WineNewsNoir.com. Thank you for watching, liking, and subscribing on YouTube. We begin with an exclusive. The 5th Annual Family Reunion Black Food and Wine Cookout, presented by Chef Kwame Onwuachi, scheduled for August, promises to be a historic event, perhaps on par with the famed 1976 Judgment of Paris. But for food, still, wine plays a major role, and I talked exclusively with the wine expert who will oversee the event's entire wine program. In particular, we talked about what it means for the black wine space and the community. In the black food and wine space, August 14th through the 17th will be one of the most important weekends of the year. That's when 2,000 plus food and wine lovers from all backgrounds will descend upon Middleburg, Virginia for the 5th Annual Family Reunion Food and Wine Cookout. And it will come down to this man, Ken Pettis, to make sure the wine is on point.
Family Reunion is the most phenomenal food and wine event that I've ever experienced. I've been in this wine industry 15 years. You're talking about the culmination of the best people of color, black chefs from all around the world, not just the country, because we should specify that too. The best pit masters, every single chef you've seen on Food Network that was a person of color, everybody that is doing amazing things in the culinary industry, right? I'm just blessed. I use that phrase in so many different ways. I'm very blessed to be able to put together a wine program that represents and complements these amazing chefs from all around the country as we all descend upon Middleburg, Virginia at Sheila Johnson's Salamander Resort and putting together a wine program that highlights the culinary program, but also the 2,000 guests that are coming down and descending upon the city too. So I am more than excited to put together wine programs, especially again wines that highlight and amplify us and brands that we can support.
WineNewsNoir.com was the first to interview Pettis after he landed the coveted role. He says not only will he be pouring wines like iBest Wines, but also educating wine lovers.
It's important, right? Nobody's going to support us like we do in the ways that we do. So it's important that we come together in these communal circles to amplify, uplift, tell the stories of, with wine, a lot of people love to talk about the stories of what goes in the bottle, right? This terroir, the grapes, the stories of the vineyard. But, it's important to tell the stories of the winemakers too and the wine company owners.
Pettis is famous for hosting glitzy mixers and wine education programs across the country through his company Unwine 101. So a mega event like the Cookout is right up his alley. He says it's all about being prepared. You seem like you have boundless energy. What keeps you going?
Listen, opportunity, the fact that I've met people that have never met me before, people that have never tried a glass of wine before, people that have never been to an unwine event before. That's what keeps me going, because there's just limitless opportunities, limitless people to touch, and just provide dope experiences and expand people's minds of what wine tastings, functions, activations, events can look like. And I am blessed to partner with Chef Kwame Onwuachi and the amazing things that he's done with Tatiana in New York, top 50 restaurant in the world, Dogon in DC, another top restaurant in the country. And this is just another level of excellence that, he's able to provide. And I'm just happy and blessed to be a part of the experience.
Again, the Cookout is taking place at the Salamander Resort in Middleburg, Virginia. For more information on the event, go to their website at salamanderhotels.com and navigate from there. Return of the restaurants, DTC sales down, and a heart for champagne. Here are the top stories for this month's Wine in a Minute. Good news coming out of the restaurant front. According to the market research firm Circana, the industry saw a 3% jump in sales in March, reversing a 4% decline in February. Analysts say breakfast hours saw the biggest jump, with lunch hour eaters making up the rest. They credit more employees coming back to work for driving the numbers as well. Not so good news in the direct-to-consumer market. For the third month in this year, DTC numbers are down. This time, sales were off 4% compared to March of last year, which is the latest data from Wine Analytics and Sovos Ship Compliant. Volume also fell a whopping 9%. A new study suggests champagne and white wine protects the heart against sudden cardiac arrest, which is different from a blockage-related heart attack. Published in the Canadian Journal of Cardiology, of the 500,000 middle-aged people observed, the moderate wine drinkers had the lowest number of cardiac arrests. They credit antioxidants in the wines for the health benefits, once thought mainly just the benefit of red wines. And finally, while wine sales continue to slide worldwide, the black wine space seems to be bucking the trend. While there's no hard data on the segment's numbers, there have been no shortage of black wine events from coast to coast. And I talked with one Los Angeles winemaker who has a good idea why. Business has been booming for Anthony Bowers Jr. and his Auger Wines brand. In particular, his port wines, which have been selling off the shelves in places like 1010 Wine and Events in Inglewood, California.
We're tops. If I'm being honest, it's the thing I can't keep in stock. The moment that I get through everything and I need to bring some down, it's gone. We just got through about 26 cases in about 4 days. And so it's a special blend. It's a lot of hard work, a lot of effort on my end, a lot of effort on my wife's end, and just things that we're doing. So it's good.
But in the world of wine, that's not the norm. According to the latest report from the all-important International Organization of Vine and Wine, wine sales dropped 3.3% worldwide in 2024 to its lowest level since 1961.
The European Union represents 61% of global production. In 2024, it produced a total of 138 million hectolitres, a decrease of 3.5% on the previous year. The Southern Hemisphere represents 20% of global production. Last year, it produced 46 million hectolitres, a decrease of 3.6% on 2023. So you can see that the production losses were experienced across both hemispheres.
Part of a steady decline that started before COVID. Researchers say the reasons: climate shift is making wine production more expensive, spirits and non-alcoholic beverages are eating into the wine market, consumers are choosing a healthier lifestyle, economic pressures, and now the threat of tariffs.
Most of my grapes, most of my fruit are sourced from California. And so my brand probably won't feel the tariff effect because we're not talking about imports. I do know there are other brands out there that do source from other areas like New Zealand. They do source from other areas like France, like Provence. And yeah, they're probably going to be hit a little bit hard. What I do think will happen, though, is I do think there's going to be a way to figure out how all of this operates. Prices, because we are in a recession, are going to go up. It is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it. But I would recommend, if you are a person who drinks wine, if you're somebody who loves this community, continue supporting the brands that are out there. Most of us are under 5 years old. And if you guys know anything about small business, that failure rate is 5 years and under. And so you continue to support us, you continue to do those things, I guarantee you that will come back to you tenfold.
Bowers says he hasn't seen any drop in his numbers. Neither has Generational Wealth Wines brand owner Kiana Kidd Goins since landing a major contract at Costco. Bowers says it comes down to culture.
I think a lot of us now are starting to figure out what it means to be wine drinkers. And on top of that, what it means to drink good wine. And so because we are just kind of developing into this and really budding out, I think we're not seeing this decline because we are learning what good wine actually is. Whether it is dry wine, whether it is sweet wine, whether it's in the middle, whether you like whites or reds, desserts, or anything in between. I think as a community, we are really starting to get our palate together, and I'm really excited about it.
And that's going to do it for this episode of WineNewsNavarre.com. Please remember to support our sponsors on our website. Once again, thank you for watching, liking, and subscribing on YouTube. I'm Jay Jackson. Cheers.